What's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about 5 different ways or strategies that I personally use to save money for upcoming sneakers or collectible and designer toys. So let's just get right into the video because time is also money as well. So the first tip that I'm going to be talking about is really deciding if the item that you want is actually what you want and not because of hype. So for an example, I will say for sneakers especially, it's so easy to get caught up in social media and seeing YouTube videos of your favorite YouTubers having the latest and the greatest. And at the end of the day, you have to really evaluate if this is something that you actually really want. So for example, I will say I have an example here of the Jordan Air Jordan 2s, and these were in collaboration with the Union Los Angeles, and it's these sneakers right here. And I will say that 2s seemed like they weren't actually that popular before this collaboration, and other collaborations are happening as well. So I think a lot of people have been getting into that hype of, oh, it's a collaboration with a really famous, you know, shop or designer, and I really want it. And you know, this shoe is really nice, but I will say a lot of people probably didn't like the 2s, or 2s were not their go-to Air Jordans. So just keep that in mind and know that hype is there and marketing is there to get you to buy certain things, but just evaluate, just buy what you like, and having this mentality will actually help you save money in the long run. For me, my collection is actually not that large, and I will talk about some other tips on how I keep my collection small to purchase other things in the future. So that's my first tip, is to just buy what you like and not because of hype. Tip number 2 is to actually unsubscribe from some of the retailers that you know kind of bombard you with a lot of things. I don't know how many times this happens to me. I've unsubscribed from a lot of places. One place that is really good is at doing this is 𝕤𝕟𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤. So the way that they write their email, the countdown, you know, the limited amount of slots, things like that, it really tempted me to, you know, buy his product or buy, you know, the subscription. And to be able to participate in that, I actually delisted from the mailing list, and it has helped me so much. And I don't spend the money anymore on that website. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't spend the money on 𝕤𝕟𝕤𝕤𝕤 or any other retailer, but I will tell you, when I worked in retail, I was actually the person that would send out the e-blasts, and it was the easiest way to get people to come into the store because of a sale, or come in because we're getting rid of clearance items. So it's the easiest way to get people in. It's free marketing. And I don't know how many times I've gotten an email where a retailer would say, hey, we have a new sale section. And I would sit there and go through the whole website and justify why I need this item, when at the end of the day, you probably weren't even thinking about it to begin with. And I'm not saying that being subscribed to them, to these retailers, are bad. I'm just saying pick the few that you really like. I actually just got one today because it is Mother's Day on the day that I'm shooting this, and they're giving 15% off because it's Mother's Day, and why not? It's a day to give a promotion. So for me, like, I already know what I kind of want. I've you know, looked through their website, and so if days like this come up where I think it's a good enough sale, then I will purchase the item, and at least you're getting a little bit of a discount. But there are retailers that will just blast you with so much emails that it'll just be like, buy this, and then you see it in the email and you get tempted. So I would say unsubscribe from there, because that is a great way that retailers will market to you. And if it's an email that you don't see, then you're less likely not to purchase from there. And this will also go with Instagram as well. I will say that I do follow certain retailers because they do raffles, but you see pictures on social media and Instagram, and you see people wearing this, and you think you want it, or you think you need to have it. But really, at the end of the day, like, do you actually need it? That's an evaluation that you have to make for yourself. and maybe you can save that money and not buy that item and use it towards a sneaker or a collectible item that you really, really want instead. My third tip is try to avoid paying resale for any type of sneaker or any item that you really want. I mean, this depends on what you're actually looking for, but to be, simple here, like for me, I think it's a rule that I have stuck by ever since I even started getting into sneakers. I don't have any pair of sneakers in my collection that I paid resale for, because at the end of the day, I don't think it's really worth it. I even cringe at looking at like $300 pair of sneakers. It's a lot of money. It's a privilege to be able to buy all these sneakers. So for me, an advice would be to avoid paying resale if you can, and really think about if you're going to be wearing these sneakers a lot, or maybe the sneakers mean a lot to you and you're willing to pay a little bit more than what it's actually retails for. It's a lot of money, and to me, I would rather spend it somewhere else, on an experience, on a trip, on something that I need for my place. So really evaluate, and I'm not judging you if you pay resale. That's totally up to you. It's your hard-earned money and you can use it the way that you want, but this is just a way that I actually save money, is to not pay resale. If I can't get it for retail, then to me, it just wasn't meant to be. I will say, especially during the pandemic, production has been kind of delayed. And so there are times when, retails will release it on the original day, and then, maybe a month or 2 months later, they're releasing them again. And this happened to me in real life, where I actually really, really wanted the Air Jordan 1 Seafoams. I thought those were the prettiest shoes ever, and I really, really wanted them. I couldn't get them in the initial drop. I was upset. I was sad. It's not in my collection. I said it wasn't meant to be. And then actually a couple months later, Nordstrom was doing a raffle for them. So I put my name in and I actually won like the raffle to purchase them. And I said, okay, I got them for retail. I'm super happy. And you just appreciate the shoe more because, you didn't get them the first time and you had a second opportunity. And it feels even, like you like the shoe even more because you're like, okay, wow, this is actually meant to be. It's part of my collection now. And I got it for retail, which is the cherry on top. At the end of the day, you really have to think about if a sneaker is worth $1,500, $2,000, $500 even. You just have to think about, do I really need this item? And if I do, then how much am I willing to spend the most? And I will say, don't buy resale sneakers right after a drop happens. You have to be patient and let the prices go down a bit. Resellers will gouge the prices, especially if it is a really limited drop. So just keep that in mind. Just stay patient if you are willing to pay resale. But for me, my tip is to not pay resale. Tip number 4 is kind of silly, but it works for me. And it's to put any type of extra money that you have in cash into like a piggy bank like this. I actually have envelopes in here, and each one has, like, this is an envelope for camera fund, as you can see there. I have $500 in here right now because it's just a way for me to save money and it's tangible. You can actually see it. And I plan to use that before I go on a trip later on this year. And then all the other money that I have in here is actually from, things that I've sold or things that, extra money that I had laying around, or budgeting a little bit and saving extra money that I didn't use in other categories I had budgeted for. So this is a good way to actually see the money and see how much you can spend on a pair of sneaker. And it sounds silly, it sounds elementary, but it helps me out so much and keeps me on track because I have a lot of other expenses that I need to pay for, just like you. And it's a good way to save your money, and you can actually, write down or have envelopes like I do and write the sneaker that you're looking forward to for the year and save money that way. It's honestly, for me, has been a game changer, and I keep on track with this craft peanut butter jar that I literally put a hole in the top of, and it's helped me out quite a bit. So consider putting your money into a piggy bank or envelopes or something where you can keep it tangible. And also you can use this in emergencies as well. Like, this is a privilege piggy bank, right? Like, this is money that I'm saving for things that I don't necessarily need in my life. So, you know, sometimes life is pretty unpredictable. Maybe there's a leak in your place. Maybe you need to do a small home renovation. Maybe you need to pay for medical bills. And this is a good way to just have some extra money if you need it for life stuff, right? So I would say get a piggy bank, get some envelopes, and save your money for the next drop that you're really looking forward to. Tip number 5 is the last tip that I'm going to be talking about. And this is basically to recycle some of the things around your place. Recycle some shoes that you have, recycle items that you think would be able to be sold and people would enjoy, just so that you can get your money back. Put them into the envelopes or your piggy bank for the next drop that you are looking forward to. You know, selling a pair of used shoes, it's actually quite impressive how much you can kind of get. And for me, I do, you know, keep my shoes clean. And I do clean them after almost every wear, so that helps with the selling. Keep the original boxes. That definitely helps your sale. And I even keep the receipts if I have them, just so I can show the person that these are actually real. And that has helped me so much because I can enjoy the shoes. I've realized that, hey, months have gone and I haven't even worn these, so let's give them to someone who would actually appreciate them. And then I can get the money back for them and spend it for the next sneaker that I'm really, really interested in. This is a great way to save money and to get money so that you can use them for the next future drop. It's pretty simple, and you can do this for anything. Like, you can do this for even just random things that are lying around in your house, in your parents' house. I'm telling you, there are things that people want and that you can sell to get a little bit of money for and spend it on your next drop. That's gonna do it for today's video. These are 5 ways that I save money in my own personal life. If you have any money saving tips that you think are worthwhile, definitely leave it in the comment box below. I would love to read them, and I'm sure all the other followers and subscribers would love to read them as well. Everyone loves saving money. I will catch you in the next video, where I think I'm going to be unboxing a package of a KAWS vinyl toy and a sweater, I believe. So I'll catch you in that one. Peace. Bye. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out today's video. Please consider subscribing to see more content just like this. There is always more to see on my blog at www.writtenbyjess.com. Thank you for all your support, and we'll catch you in the next one.